Surprise, motherfucker! What's up? This is your friendly neighborhood Venger Satanis. I might call this video, What Are You Emulating, Bro? Because this is a response to the RPG Pundit's video. I think it's his last video. Well, it also depends on when you see this. First off, I did a new painting. I'll get out of the way quickly so you can see it. This is an example. I'm sure creative people out there have experienced this before. But this is something like where you create something that is really cool, but it's just not for you. You accidentally create something that you're not really a part of. Like if I was writing a song and I accidentally created like a really solid pop song. Pop music really isn't my thing, and so then I would have created something that, doesn't really feel like it's for me, like it's my thing, like it's not what I love or am I passionate about. It's not even my chosen niche. Kind of like Blood Dark Thirst, a vampire game which a lot of people like. And at the time that I was creating it, that I was designing it, I didn't think I was creating something that I would never use, but I did. Because even though I love vampires and horror movies and things like that, I just have no desire to run it. And conversely, that's one of the reasons that I keep going back over and over and over again to Chult, because I do love that. And that's totally 111% my vibe and what I want to be doing with my RPG energy. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. This video is about, responding to the RPG Pundit, because he made a video about, among other things, emulation. And how emulation is key to immersion, which I totally agree with. I think most people would. But when he was talking about emulation, he was talking about things like, well, it depends. I mean, it depends on what he was really getting at with emulation, like what he was trying to emulate. He seems to think, I believe, that you're trying to emulate real life all the time, or as much as possible, within the confines and the constructs of the world and the genre and, whatever else is going on. But there are plenty of opportunities and plenty of people that want to emulate other things. Emulate sword and sorcery stories, like literature, like books and short stories, novellas, comic books, TV shows, movies. I want to emulate, maybe something specific, like Star Wars, at certain points of the game. Maybe I want to emulate what it would be like to be living in a world where the Cthulhu mythos was like right there, like trying to push through our reality. I might try to emulate a song, bringing it back to music, like song lyrics. Like one time I tried to use the lyrics for Holy Diver to create, I think, a Lovecraftian, like Call of Cthulhu adventure. But anyway, what I'm getting at is you don't just have to emulate just boring, mundane reality. You can emulate anything really, if that's something you want your game, your session, your campaign, whatever, to resemble. Then that's something you can, or maybe you should, try to emulate, which opens up the entire vista, the entire world of emulation to, encompass all of it, everything. Um, so I don't know if the pundit would outright reject that, or if he just doesn't believe that's worth emulating, or if he doesn't believe that kind of emulation would lead to immersion. I mean, immersion is just, fundamentally being immersed in something. You can immerse yourself in something that doesn't resemble reality at all. Something that eschews verisimilitude. Something that seemingly doesn't make any logical or cohesive sense. But players can still wrap their minds around it, and characters can still act like that's the real world. I mean, after all, we are role playing. We are engaged in make believe. So a certain willful suspension of disbelief is kind of inherent in what we do. And I just would caution people from limiting themselves to only emulating what they see around them in the real world. Like I said, I try to emulate things that I see on TV shows and movies all the time, things I've read about. Not just people and places and things, but like let's say the player characters are journeying from a system of caves to the city of Agrava, which just happened the other day. After I got through the encounters that I wanted to, between here and there, I was just like, all right, screen wipe. You've been back in the city for, a day, and you've rested and, filled your bellies and had a chance to relax and polish your sword or whatever. And now it's the night of the big festival, and, tell me what you're going to do. That emulates narrative and storytelling techniques that you would find in films like Star Wars. For me, that's completely appropriate, even, dare I say, awesome, to emulate, because what we're doing here is creating a story through a game lens, through using game mechanics. And why not use everything in your arsenal, your repertoire, every arrow in your quiver, in order to facilitate that story creation? And now it's not just the game master, obviously. That's an important point. The game master has his own creative agenda and his own story ideas and plot points and whatever. But it's when the player characters, and sometimes the NPCs, interacting with everything, the story, the game, the world, events, then that influences and changes that story, because it's not a fixed story or fixed plot where you absolutely know the outcome. You don't know the outcome. And it's the middle part that the player characters influence and change, and then that's where the ending comes from, the choices they've made. But anyway, hopefully that makes sense with the emulation. If you have questions, please comment down below, and hopefully I'll see you at VentureCon in July in Madison, Wisconsin.